What's going on YouTube? Walking Asset here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about inflation. It's what I call the silent killer, and you'll find out why shortly. So, what is inflation? Inflation, simply put, is an increase in the price of goods and services within an economy. So what this looks like, so as time goes on, things in that economy are worth more, and the money that is used to buy those things is worth less. So it's essentially, inflation is something that eats away at your buying power every single year. And on the right here is just an example, a real life example of how inflation affects us all. So last year around Thanksgiving 2020, for 16 pounds of turkey in Texas, you could buy that for around $28. Let's call it 29. But for this year, 2021, those same 16 pounds of turkey would cost you $55. So in a single year, the price has nearly doubled for the price of a 16-pound turkey. So this is a perfect example of what inflation is and how it affects us. So the price of this good has increased while the value of the money has decreased because more money is being printed for inflation. So the point of inflation is that there's an excess amount of dollars being printed. So when an economy has a surplus supply of money, the value of the already existing dollars goes down. And the side effect is that the average price for goods and services will be increased in order to compensate for that surplus amount of money. So I kind of just described how inflation affects you, but just to reiterate, so inflation, it makes it hard to afford a basic standard of living due to this constant increasing of prices that I just went over. Whether it's your rent, your mortgage, food, gas, or any other service that you can think of, inflation raises the price of virtually everything. Anything that you would exchange money for is most likely affected by inflation in some way, shape, or form. So now you may be wondering, how the hell can I fight against inflation? Is there a way to save my money from being worth less every year so that I'm able to afford things as they become more expensive? And the answer is yes, there is a way to protect yourself against inflation. And here's how. So, as time goes on, again, your money becomes worth less. So the only way to fight against inflation is to put that money into an appreciating asset. Now, an appreciating asset is something that will increase in value over time. Now, the reason that this is important is because by doing that, by placing that money into that asset will appreciate along with the costs of the goods and services of the economy. So inflation will work for you instead of against you in this way. So here are some assets that you can invest in to protect yourself against inflation. Some of my favorites are stocks and crypto, more accessible. Anyone can pretty much buy a stock from their phone today with little to no effort. Next is real estate. It's more expensive, takes more experience, but it's still an asset. And finally, you can start a business or, just figure out other ways to put your money to work for you. So yeah, that's basically inflation summed up and how it works. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and also subscribe. Check the description. I have a free investing course for beginners. It's normally $15, but if you join my newsletter, you can get it for free. I also have an advanced course for, people that are just wanting to, dive into stocks and options trading. But That's all for me. Walking Asset here, and I'm out. Peace.
Gonna just keep running away.